Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Welcome back. We are on episode 3 now of Crackleback Bound. Before we get into the session tonight, a couple of things. First and foremost, just a fair heads up. We might go to break a little bit early today, and we may be wrapping up a little bit earlier than we normally would today. Um, it's been a super long week for a lot of us, and we've got some family here and stuff, so may end up just making it a little bit shorter episode. Hopefully, you guys don't mind too much. So probably about an hour in, we'll go to break, and then we'll go until a good stopping point, and probably call it there. It may only be 2.5 hour session tonight, but yeah. So just wanted to give you guys a heads up of that. Other than that, our normal stuff, guys. If you want to see your name end up within the world of Hylem, you guys know how to do it. Go ahead and share Tales from Hylem content, whether it's on TikTok, Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, however you want to do it. If you guys want to see your name end up on a tavern or be like a wandering traveler, you could get your name selected by just sharing the content. Make sure you @us in it, and then also put the hashtag TFH and Tales from Hylem, just so that I make sure that I can see it, so that if I like your name for a tavern or wandering traveler or whatever it may be within the world of Hylem, I can toss it in there. If you want to more directly in inflict, I don't know where I was going with that. If you want to be more directly involved with the world of Hylem and the goings on there, join the Discord. Keep an eye out for the one shots that we do for the community. I believe there's still one in there that I actually need to say is not a thing anymore because we don't have a date on it. But that's just we'll get to it. But there you go. Fantasy Sword, that works for the Discord now. And then lastly, guys, we have our merch store up and going. And I actually do have a little bit, it's kind of hard to see with the lighting, so I'm going to hold this a little bit closer here. But I got my hat in. I'm very excited about it. I like it a lot. By next session, there'll be a little bit more merch to show off. I believe Will's hat will be here.
Yes.
And then yeah, we do have a couple other pieces of merchandise that we'll be showing off and stuff. Did you want to show off the water bottle?
Yes.
All right.
We'll be right back.
We do have a water bottle, and I love this thing. This thing looks so cool. It looks really good, and I didn't even realize that the lettering on the front of it was going to be textured, but it is textured, and so that's even cooler. It comes with a stainless steel straw, and I'm honestly very impressed with this. This thing is awesome. So I'll try to get this nice and close. Oh, it's still very dark in here, but it does say I cannot get a good view of it. Dang. That's probably the best
I can partially see the lettering, but I can't actually make it out.
It says, "I'm not immortal, I'm a bat, so fuck you." One of the immortalized quotes. But yeah, you can hydrate with Luna now. We do have that in the store, so. But yeah, guys, go check that out. talesfromhylem.com. Sorry, kind of forgot to say that part. But so go check that out. And get yourselves some Tales from Hylem merch. Other than that, I don't think I have anything. So, without further ado, let me get my notes pulled up here. And we'll get into tonight's episode of Crackleback Bound. Previously on Crackleback Bound, Our party joined in the feasting and festivities as everyone enjoyed what many believed to be a final gathering with those who were leaving in the morning. Each of the members spent the night in their own various ways, alone with a drink and a few words with an old mentor, awkwardly eating a meal with family that doesn't understand, reminiscing their younger years and watching those with many years left party like there's no tomorrow, or partying with friends and family like there's no tomorrow. Whatever way they chose to spend their night, this was the last night before heading out for the Crackleback Mountains. The first few days of travel went fairly smooth, but soon after exiting the Stone Valley, a bit of trouble struck back to back. First, a wagon wheel began to give the caravan some issues. The problem was remedied with little issue, taking a couple days to fix the wheel. However, soon after the caravan ran into an ambush set by orcs. The party was able to sniff out the danger before the trap was set off, though, and got a jump on the orcs. The battle was brutal, bloody, and very one-sided. As the last of the orcs stops twitching in a bloody mess on the battlefield, you can see as not too distant off is the rest of the caravan beginning to catch up. Looking around you, several orcs lay lifeless on the ground, and two singed ballista sit unmanned. What would you guys like to do?
I specifically wrote in my notes to immediately inspect the ballistas
Okay.
at the start of the next session.
Okay.
I also had notes to mid-check on those, so.
Make a...
I also have that too.
All right, everyone wants to check the ballista. So either all of you can make an investigation check for it, or if like one of you wants to make it with advantage, getting the help action from the others, whatever you would prefer.
So I got a +3. I don't know if maybe it would be better if we just all rolled individually.
Sure, everybody can go make their own investigation check. That's fine.
Oh, well, okay. Perfectly average. I got a 13.
A 13?
Yep.
19.
19.
Hell yeah.
A 4.
Oh. And...
Also a 4.
Also 4.
Wow.
So Callum, you being more concerned with how to chop people up or smash somebody's head, getting up in their face, don't have much of an idea how contraptions like these operate. On top of that, you're still a little upset at it for hurting you earlier in the battle. And so you kind of give it a half glance and then move on.
I flick it.
Just flick it and then continue on. Go start searching some of the orcs. Tyne, similarly with the lack of knowledge about these machines, the technology coming much later in your life and you just not understanding fully how to operate things like this, kind of just meander off and begin helping Callum. The other two of you, though, each inspecting one of them, find that though they were hit with the fireball, they are both still in working condition. The ropes on here, like the part that's strung to launch the bolt, is not made of rope, but instead a braided cable. The you can see that the bows on it towards the ends become a lighter metal that allows for a little more tension, giving it more range and more power. And the release mechanism and the mechanism to load it, all having some intricate gear inner workings on these ballista. Now, The thing that sticks out to you the most about this is orcs don't typically build stuff like this. If an orc has a ballista at all, period, it's probably stolen from somebody. Especially in the grasslands. They're not very technologically advanced. It's not something that they've ever needed to focus on. The other thing is the gear inner workings on this look very familiar to you, because this is definitely Zonov-Lenithian crafting.
So it's a conspiracy, you're saying?
I'm just saying it was crafted in Zonov-Lenith. That's all I'm saying.
So it's a conspiracy. I think I write that down. Well,
You find anything interesting on those wooden contraptions over there?
they seem to be made from our own materials. I would assume that one of our people supplied these orcs with them. That's my guess.
You're saying there's a mole in the communities?
I think so.
It's a mighty strong accusation.
They're in every community has a mole. I know that much for sure. It's just a matter of who. Does anyone have a reason? Well, no one will confess to it, obviously, but I don't think it's any of us, obviously. I don't even know if it's anybody in our particular caravan. I think it might be someone who wants to get rid of our caravan, though.
And who would want to stop us from getting to our homeland?
An asshole.
Obviously.
I mean, I don't have any ideas right now. I'm sure if we bring this up to the group, they'll be a little uneased. Just a matter if we keep this to ourselves or if we share it around.
That these could have been taken in previous combat. These are fairly new.
Could you repeat that? Sorry.
Oh, sorry. I said there's no way that these could have been taken in previous combat. Like these are new.
They're fairly new. Yeah. I mean, there's a chance.
I guess that is. It could have been like they could have been stolen. That's true, but I was assuming like with how they're looking, probably like here's a gift.
Well, and and they got hit by a fireball and they're still functional, so that tells you that they're not super old, because
Right. Yeah.
beat
Only
up,
takes
seen
so
a lot
many
of use.
fireballs.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
No, I don't think we should jump to any conclusions so far. We barely have any clues.
It's true. It's just a theory. However, I am more interested in if we can bring these along with us. Is there any sort of way we could? They got like wheels on them.
Yes, I do.
Just hook them up to one of our wagons and bring them along.
Does anyone actually know how to use the one?
Oh, well, I don't know. I guess do any of it? I don't have it on my character sheet. Can use ballistas.
Of the people standing here right now in the group, no.
Okay.
I mean, you guys could you can use them, but none of you are like proficient with it.
Proficient in them, yeah. You can use them. The same way that anyone can use like a bomb.
Mm-hmm.
May only be able to use it once. Axel's still here, right? he came up the right at the end of the last.
He's
last
kind of
time.
made his way back to the rest of the
Okay.
caravan. Is like now leading the way after
Okay.
killing the last orc. He kind of was still mumbling to himself, riding the musk back to the rest of the group.
Only one or.
Before we do anything with the ballistas, we should probably check to see that we weren't flanked from behind.
Yeah, not a bad idea. Because we came from we snuck like around behind them, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I guess if we just want to do like a little scout around the area, make sure there's no one else kind of around or anything.
Okay. All four of you, or are some of you staying to look over the rest of the battlefield, or?
I guess
I'll scout.
I was gonna say I'm
I'll
not
scout.
I'm not a
Was my
I'm not a
idea.
I'm not a great scout, but
I'm
I
not.
feel like
I might just to hang around and like maybe investigate a little bit more at the battlefield because I feel like I probably should not be scouting.
I think if Caleb and Norvala want to scout, Tyne and I can stay back and
All right.
surveil the battlefield.
Callum, Norvala, you guys want to give us, let's say one perception and one survival. You guys can choose who does what.
I'll do survival. I've got a +6.
I will do perception. Wait, what am I doing? Yeah, perception. Yeah.
18.
Oh wait, no, my perception's only okay.
16.
16?
Yeah, 16. Sorry.
Okay, and the survival check?
18.
18. Okay. Yeah, so making a pretty thorough sweep back around behind you guys, behind the caravan. It seems as though this was the entirety of this ambush. No one's coming up behind. You don't see any orc tracks that are, that would give you reason to believe that some fled and got away that you just hadn't seen. However, what you do see is a set of boar tracks that kind of come up parallel to where the caravan was, and then head back off in the direction they came from, which would strike you as a little odd.
Right.
Meanwhile, back at the battlefield, would you guys go ahead and give me another investigation check just to search over the orcs and everything lying around here?
Oh, not good. You're muted again. There you go.
I have a 13.
13? Okay.
I got a 4.
We switched places.
We did. Actually, we did. Because I got 13 on my investigation last time.
So these orcs here are a bit puzzling. They're carrying normal, kind of beaten up, chipped orcish weapons. They almost seem like improvised weapons, just large blades on handles. However, their pockets are pretty deep. Combined from the orcs lying out here on the battlefield, you guys find 400 gold pieces.
Ooh. Oh, dang.
On one of the orcs who seemed to be commanding the ballista, Tyne, you find a rolled up map in a hidden pouch on his shoe.
Do I recognize anything about this map?
Yes, the map looks very familiar. One that you have looked at pretty recently, actually. The
Okay.
map looks
Does someone read
very similar to the map that you guys have in your possession that you were given. And on top of that, there are little X's on various places on the map. One of the X's would be about right where you're standing.
No.
Well,
Kind of clipped onto the back of this map, there is a folded up note. The note reads, 5,000 gold pieces and 4 more try-shots when it's done. SC.
S. T.
Do you read that out loud, Tyne?
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and read that out loud.
Cedric, try-shots would stand out to you. The term try-shots, as this is one that is used by the dwarves. They don't refer to these 3-shot ballista as ballistas unless it's in a professional manner. It's like a less professional or almost like a slang term for the machine that is very commonly used within Boulder Helm Keep, is calling these ballista try-shots.
Okay.
This seems to prove your theory that somebody does not want us to reach our destination.
That definitely seems to be the case. Again.
CT. Do the initials ring a bell to you?
Not that I can think of. I have an idea, but may I see it, please?
Sure, absolutely. I will hand off the note.
Okay.
All right.
I have a
I'm just gonna
question.
read it over. I'm just gonna read it over again. And nope, can't think of anything. Say as I'm looking through all my notes to see if anyone.
I can't.
So I think it would be best if we don't notify anyone of this right away. I think
I agree. I think it would cause undue panic, especially since it seems that the map is marking possible attack points, and now we have a head start on those.
That's true. We do have a head start.
Did
I have a
somebody?
question.
I was gonna say someone had a question.
Yes.
Okay.
Did Norvala see the boar tracks as well?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Callum is gonna elbow Norvala. Let's just keep the boar tracks to ourselves for now. I don't want anyone thinking we're being followed in case it was just a wild boar.
Okay.
And in that same vein, darling, do you think we should tell our other two partners about the map and what we found? It seems that we could make a pretty good team in making sure that these ambushes do not come to fruition.
I think we could at least tell them. I feel should be good. And plus, we can make our old friend Axel. We don't have to necessarily let him know, but when we start approaching some of these ambush points, we could always tell him, like, hey, let's scout around. Maybe there's some orcs around here. I feel like he'd be pretty happy with that.
I think that he would appreciate it if he got to kill more than one next time.
one.
Yes.
We'll let him kill at least 2 next time.
Maybe he can double it as he goes. We'll see.
He's doubling. He's having 64 now.
goes from killing one to the whole batch.
Whole batch.
Well, should we make our way back to the party? Where
Yep.
has Axel actually been this entire time? Because he was with us, wasn't he?
He went back to the caravan.
Oh, he went back. Okay.
Yep. He was all grumbly.
That's right.
Yeah, and at this point in time, the caravan would be starting to catch up with you guys.
Okay.
Okay. Do you want to hold on to the map?
I'll hold on to it.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. And I think, yeah, we can rejoin with the other 2. Let them know what we found. Show them the
What
map.
were the initials again?
SC.
SC. And then do you think I should just discreetly add those 400 gold pieces to the 2,000 we were already allotted?
I guess, are like the 2,000 gold pieces, are those like for the whole caravan? Or are those like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, yeah,
Yeah.
then we can just do
Yeah,
that.
they just put me in charge of the money for the whole caravan. Something about
Okay.
seniority, like that.
Oh, I do remember that. I remember them saying that now.
Yeah,
I remember
yeah.
the seniority, because they were like, you're the oldest. Here you go. You're the most
And then I
experienced.
couldn't carry it. Yeah, yeah. So I'll just update that total to 2,400, and we'll use it for the benefit of the whole caravan.
Alrighty. We'll have a nice, thriving economy when we get there.
If we have to deal with the elves, then I think we'll be in a better spot anyway, as well.
As
All
I
right.
said, the elves take bribes if we pass through there. We got some money for it. Here's 400 gold pieces. Okay.
400 gold pieces. It's dirty money anyway.
Yeah. Are there any?
Callum.
Oh.
Sorry.
You can go ahead.
I was just gonna ask if Callum, are we making our way back to talk to them about what we found?
I believe that we had already met up with them, and they had told us everything on the map.
Did we tell them about the boar thing, or did you want to keep that between us?
Keep that between us.
We're being betrayed by South Carolina.
So as a good point here, though, real quick, which route or where are you guys trying to stick to on the map?
So that's what I was gonna
That is
ask.
a good.
Um,
That's a good question.
I was gonna say, looking at like the map where these ambushes are, like,
Can we-
is there any sort of path that seems like it has the least resistance? Like there's the
Can
fewest
we see
ambushes.
the map again?
So remember there was
Yeah.
it's like the south, there's like the orc stronghold city, Bloodflow Castle, then there's the crater, and then there's the citadel.
And where the the X's
Give me
then.
1 second. I'll add them to the map for you.
Perfect.
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 That was
I
kind
sound
of
like
creepy.
everyone else is saying it.
Also, is the letter and the map like separate, or is like the
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
note?
Yeah, they're
Okay,
separate.
they are separate. Okay.
Yeah, the note was like attached to the back of it, or like addendums folded in with it, kind of thing.
God damn. I had a feeling there'd be a lot, but
They were
If I go
in their
quiet,
bases.
probably because I'm dealing with high anxiety, because loud noises are
no.
not great for me.
Okay.
Is that all the X's there are? Like, they don't expect us to make it past that point?
That is all the X's that there are.
Okay.
And where are we?
Yeah,
At the
which
moment?
X are we at?
I assume we're at the first X.
I was
Correct.
asking right here.
That one?
That's
I
right.
There you
assumed
go.
we were there.
Perfect. Okay. Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
So
Well,
there is a way we could go past all of them without having to fight any of them. However, Callum would definitely be down to fight all of them.
Okay. So it seems the thing is, so my guess is that that route would normally be like the safest. That the closer we get to the castle down the south, just the more orcs will be in that area anyway. And then whatever monstrosities hide in this crater. So I feel like this might have been like, I don't know, yeah, something to. Yeah, they're like, all right, well, yeah,
Yeah,
because
like
maybe
on
the
the
orcs are
safest part of
expecting
that.
us to go
Is
this way.
is this the Elf City here?
Yeah.
Yes.
Or is that the Orc City? Okay, this is the Elf City
Yep.
crater and the
And
Orc.
the orc city.
Okay.
The orc one is down.
Yes.
Yes.
So
What if we just kind of followed straight through the trees there, and then just bypassed all of that?
I imagine it'll be pretty hard to get our wagons through the trees.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
My
true.
concern
Is
is
there a
forgot
way
about the
we
wagon.
could, like,
And that would be traveling through the tall pine forest, which is not an easy feat.
is there a way
Correct.
we could go through, like, here?
Oh, you're
Too
wanting to
close
like
to the crater
zigzag?
or the fort?
So the biggest thing to remember is, like, on a map like this, these aren't like exact locations.
Yeah.
So it means like that area is going to be patrolled, kind of a thing, or there's traps in that area, or whatever. You guys were going to get ambushed, and it was a pretty well set up ambush, and that's on an X. So it's, safe assumption that it has something to do with that.
Mm-hmm.
But just because
So
there's
it's
not
danger, or more danger.
just because there's not an X like exactly right here doesn't
Exactly, but it
mean
doesn't
that
mean-
that's safe.
Doesn't mean that there wouldn't be one
Yeah.
there, yeah. No, that makes sense.
I feel since the cluster right there, I feel like maybe the crater would be our safest bet in the sense that we know going south there's a metric ton of orcs. Going to the west, we know there's a bunch of ambushes lying in wait. And then if we're able to kind of go between them, well, actually, who knows? Maybe that'd be the worst. Maybe that'd be like a pincer attack thing. But I don't foresee the orcs kind of at these X's going out and scouting or anything. I feel like they're gonna be lying in wait. And whoever gave them the map probably will. Actually, I feel like it has to be someone in our caravan because I think I had said that this would be the route we would take.
Did
Before we left, or after we left, though?
That's why I don't remember. I think it might have
Well,
been.
the thing is, Cedric did not have the map in his hands until about 10 minutes before you guys took off.
Before we left.
Oh,
Yeah.
true. That's true, actually. Maybe that was just
Yeah.
kind of a. This was a
And
suspected
then
thing.
and then we went straight south because we
Yeah.
were like, oh, this is the only. I think we were. Did we really even say had made a decision yet, or just like south and we'll see? Kind
I think I was saying I was like I think that would be our like the Elf City would be our best bet.
of. Okay, I do remember that actually.
But yeah, that's true. Yeah, that wasn't until like right before we left though, so it's not like
Yeah.
I mean unless I don't know. I guess we could have.
And this
There are
first
like
spot where
wizards
you
and
were
stuff.
ambushed, you guys haven't really made it past the forest to where
Mhm.
you really choose the route that you're going to take.
Yeah.
So that also plays a part in this.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Like right here, this was pretty much a guaranteed that you would go this way because
Yeah.
what other way
Yeah,
would you
like
go?
they were guaranteed to intercept us at some point in time. Did Narvala and Callum tell us about the tracks?
Nope.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't know about the tracks yet, so
We don't know about the tracks. Okay.
I'd say yeah. My current theory is because I guess there could be there could be a traitor among us.
Yeah.
And it could have been like on our way here. I don't know if we have like another like wizard or something in our party, but if someone could have like did a sending spell or something to be like, hey, like notify them that we're going this way. I don't know.
Magic like that is pretty uncommon within the dwarves. Most of the
Okay.
magic you're gonna have is protection, healing, restoration magics, and then anything that helps like construction, mining, infrastructure,
Okay.
stuff like that. It's gonna be
Okay.
much
So
more
the
common.
telecommunications not top dwarven priority.
Nope.
To me,
Gotta change that.
it
That
looks like
revolutionized the battlefield.
That's what the dwarven runners are for.
With their stumpy legs.
Yep. They have troops that are like that's specifically what they train for is like running long distances quickly.
I guess yeah, like endurance running. That actually, yeah,
Mhm.
that'd be a very dwarven skill. You don't need to run fast if you can just not stop.
that's fair. I agree that maybe we should head more diagonally down, like almost between the crater and the Elven City. I mean, we
Yeah.
still run into a few of those X spots. Like, this one would probably be a problem, this one might be a problem, and
Yeah.
this might be a problem, but
But that might be better than crossing through either orc territory or going through all of these ambushes. So
yeah, I don't think we want to do all of the ambushes.
yeah.
Or even if we came, like, straight down here and then across, kind of thing. Make kind of a slanted L type thing there, then we might only catch two. I don't know, just trying to think of ways we might, reduce the amount of ambushes we
You
may
talking like
encounter.
this?
Yeah, yep, that's what I was
Yeah,
about to do. Yeah, is to
Yeah.
say like go kind
Yep.
of like that way.
Yeah, go like that.
Because I'm not gonna lie, I am curious about this crater. 'Cause, yeah, I think you said we had like no idea what this crater is.
Mm-mm.
Okay, yeah. So my curiosity is definitely like, okay, we can go see some elves, we can go fight a bunch of orcs, or there's this cool crater. It could be either an elf or an orc. Who knows?
Which could be
Or
fun.
some
I'm always
oddity.
It could be aliens. Who knows? Crater after all. Yeah, but I think kind of going between the Sunlit Citadel and the crater, I think that's kind of that's like my vote for the route we should take.
Agreed, yeah.
All right. Anyone opposed? Say aye. All right. The council's in agreement.
All
We
right.
will head between. We'll head to the lands between.
Charting the course over here.
Yes, I think we'll head south, anticipating this next ambush.
Okay. All right. And then you relay that to the rest of the caravan?
Yes,
About the ambushes or just where we're headed?
where we're headed.
Okay.
Okay.
I think maybe we will say that after this potential ambush that we got lucky and caught ahead of time, that we will be on alert for any future ambushes.
And make sure you're saving one for me next time. More than one, actually.
We'll do our best. Next time we suspect an ambush, we'll have you take care of it.
You're damn straight you will. Only one
This
bloody orc.
news.
So when we get close to this kind of area, I'll be like, Axel, you're on patrol. All right.
All right. So you, spend a little bit of time giving the rest of the group kind of your chart, which does, like, it has some, there's some doubt that follows it. And though everyone continues on the trail, Norvala, your friends, a little, probably the second day after this happens into your journey, kind of, you...
Oh, 1 second. We forgot the ballista. Did we want to bring that along?
Oh. I kind of assumed that you had.
Okay. I'd assumed we had 2, but I guess we didn't confirm it. So.
Well, I mean, you had 2 extra set of musk, so you could just hook them up to those, and it would only take 1 musk to pull each ballista. So,
Okay.
if you want to do that.
So you said we had 2 extra musk?
So you had 2 pairs of extra, because you've been,
2
like, swapping
pairs.
them off every so many days. Like, pulling, keep them as fresh as you can.
Mm-hmm.
So this would, like, hinder that a little bit. You wouldn't, like, the animals will be getting tired more often, but not like a huge amount.
Okay.
No.
All right. All right. Add that to the notes. Okay.
Perfect.
So while we're
Checking on
traveling,
Uh-huh.
Callum's gonna hang out towards the back of the caravan.
Okay. Anything
Would it be
specific they're doing, or?
Just trying to prove a theory wrong.
Okay. All right, we'll circle back around to that.
would it be in our best interest to start having a scouting party? Work
Probably
ahead.
that would be like to scout ahead sort of thing. Some of our sneaky.
Yeah, scout ahead sort of thing.
I think getting like a group of sneakier dwarves, to go keep an eye out for orcs, and then if they find anything to report back. So like that could include one of us. I'm decently sneaky. I could partake.
Another sneaky person with you guys. Sorry, I gotta find names.
Been there.
Another sneaky person would be
Basil.
actually not Basil, but
Okay.
Elbrus, the
Oh, okay,
blacksmith. I mean, Axel's decently sneaky. And he wants to be a part of it if you'll include him for sure.
Yeah, we'll let Axel.
Yeah, let Axel be a part.
Okay. So you're kind of taking the front then, staying out ahead, trying to pick up on any traps before it's too late kind of a thing?
Yeah, picking up
Okay.
any traps, any suspicious
Them
activities.
them traveling with you then, they're going to give you advantage if you want to go ahead and make a say perception or survival, whichever you would prefer.
My perception is better. Oh, sweet. Those are both really good. 23. Yep, 23.
All right. And then okay. Norvala. So this would be like the second day after the ambush back on the road. Before the scouting parties kind of head off in the morning, Elbrus and Basil both just that morning as you're sitting there eating breakfast, Basil kind of just stirring his food around, just kind of almost playing with it a little bit before just kind of looking up to the two of you. Just, any of you guys know why we're headed south? Feels like we're headed further into orc territory. I mean, don't get me wrong, Cedric seems like he knows what he's doing. Well, as much as I don't mind killing orcs, I'd just as soon avoid them if we could.
Guy's suspicious. We gotta keep an eye on this one. Who is he talking to? He was talking to Norvala.
Norvala and Elbrus.
And Elvis. Okay.
Elbrus.
Yeah, and Elvis, yeah. Perhaps he knows something that we don't.
It could be that. Basil, I'd rather avoid him too, but seems like sticking on the straight path we run into orcs anyway, so I don't know if there is a good way. It's fair enough. I don't know. Just strikes me as a bit odd. Neither of you two know anything, do you?
No. Just putting my trust in the man who's carrying the map.
Could you make a deception check, please?
Yeah. That's a 12.
12?
Yeah.
I don't know anything either. Hoping the person with the map, like Norvala said, knows what they're doing. All right. I just hope we don't end up too far south. That's all. I suppose we better get back at it. Just, something that's been bugging me a couple days. Thanks.
And then Elbrus is taking part in the scouting crew, correct?
Yep. Elbrus finishes up and heads on over to Cedric and Axel.
Before she leaves, though, I'm just gonna say, just keep an eye out. Trust your instincts. Kind of thing.
All right. I will. Everything all right?
Yeah. I just think we need to be prepared for anything and everything.
Yeah. Not quite in the heart of orc territory, but we're getting damn near close it. I'll keep a keen eye.
Good.
She finishes up grabbing their stuff and heads on over to kind of meet up with the rest of the scouting party.
How many people are in the scouting party again?
3.
Sorry,
Just 3.
Right
Just
now
3.
it is Cedric, Axel, and Elbrus.
Elbrus. Okay, so before they leave, I'm gonna like toddle on up to them, and I'm gonna give each of them a little like knitted bracelet and
Okay.
cast invisibility on them.
Okay.
And I'm specifically going to cast Owl's Wisdom. So for the next hour of the journey, they will get advantage on any wisdom checks.
Okay.
Okay.
Nice.
Sweet.
Is this
So
something?
and then I'll cast it as a 4th level spell. What is this a spell? What is this level? 2nd
Yeah,
level.
it's a
Yeah.
level 2. So at 4th level, you could target
So
up
at
3.
4th level, yep, I
Okay.
can do 1 additional for each. So
Is
I'll
this
cast it as a
something that
4th
you're
level
gonna
spell.
like continue to do every day of travel?
Yeah, the big thing is it only lasts like an hour, so unless
Yeah.
they're like coming back and forth, but like for at least the first hour of the
I think
day.
for the first hour. We
For-
could say, yeah.
for-
Would you say
first-
we've had a long rest then?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll do it. I'll do it every day. I'll just like touch their bracelets again. As long as they're wearing the bracelets, like I'll just kind of like re-up it.
Do you want to say you do that like twice a day? Is that something you'd?
That'd be 8 MP a day. So
Yeah. So that's up to
Yeah.
you. So like they go out
Um,
ahead because they would come back like meet up for like a late like lunch type thing when you guys kind of take a break, rest all the animals,
yeah.
that kind of a thing. You guys sit down to eat and everything, and then you could cast it again as they head back out in front of everyone.
Yeah. No, that's fine.
Okay.
I'll
Cool.
just plan on that, and then I'll just track that. Every day I'm technically short, unless it's in the morning. Then
Yeah.
I'll say I'm only short 4
Sure.
MP, but I'll just track it as I'm always short 8 MP per day.
Okay. What'd you have, Norvala? I thought you were asking a question. I'm sorry.
No.
All right.
Okay.
Okay. Well. So you guys headed out from here. It's been 2 days. So that would put you in like this area in here. And you guys are heading all the way down to this X before you make your turn, right? Past this
Yeah,
X.
kind of anticipating this next ambush.
Okay.
Then after that, then we'll start crossing through. Oh, that's just my thing moving out.
Okay, so you've got about 2.5, 3 days before you get into that like danger area of like this is kind of the area marked on the map that we need to start watching out for. So over those next we'll call it 3 days, is there anything in particular you guys would like to do?
I'm gonna in between kind of scouting parties. Because I guess I'll say, yeah, like I'm simultaneously keeping an eye out for orcs, but I'm also trying to keep an eye out on any suspicious like members of the caravan.
Okay.
And yeah, and see, I don't know if there's any
Sure.
anyone in our caravan with the initials SC. So
Go ahead and give me
I'm-
an insight check.
I would also like to do that since I'm going to be sitting with the caravan most of the day. Little old lady, like, people, hop up on my wagon and sit with me for a little while, kind of things.
Sure.
Similar to all that, I would like to be extra helpful with like unloading and loading things, just to see if I can see anything in anyone's belongings that would point to
Okay.
anything suspicious.
Okay.
Callum is gonna keep a lookout behind the caravan just to see if he can spot anything following.
Okay. So I either need a survival or a perception from you, Callum. I would say investigation from Norvala. Either insight, or I could see an argument for like persuasion, just having conversation with people, trying to kind of pick up in conversation if anyone has anything interesting for you, Tyne. So either of those two would be
Okay.
fine. And then
Yeah, I'll probably do insight.
that insight check.
Yep, insight, yep. I got a 19 on insight.
19 insight, okay.
On investigation.
You said 19?
18.
18, gotcha.
Sorry.
12 in investigation or insight. Sorry, 12 for insight.
Okay. And Callum?
8 for either of them. It's both +6. So
Okay. Callum, you don't notice anyone following at night, checking around behind you. You haven't seen any tracks that would indicate that you're being followed. Tyne, in conversation with people, you do find out some kind of just like a little bit about some of the people that are here. You find out that Basil didn't originally want to be a cook at first. They were really good at rockball and they wanted to pursue like a career in that, but unfortunately, due to a knee injury, they ended up not even being on the battlefield either. They wound up in the kitchen where they found out that they kind of had a knack for throwing seasonings in with the food. And so you guys kind of bond over your rockball injuries a little bit. You find out that another one of the members of the caravan, sorry, I just had the name. Dan Cook Ironfoot. He is really into knitting and crocheting, and so kind of asks you for some tips, gets some advice here and there. You guys, have a little bit of a not definitely not like a competition, but like a friendly, just like throughout the day kind of check in and see who got what done kind of a thing. But other than that, just passing conversations and nothing really yields anything that would make you think that anyone here is a traitor by any means.
Okay.
the initials were SC, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
S is in sight and C as in cat.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep. Cedric,
Yes.
your insight check. Just kind of keeping an eye on everybody. No one really seems like necessarily out of place. Everyone here's dwarves. Everyone here seems to be committed to the goal ahead. Nothing like nothing really piques your attention as far as anyone's behaviors, mannerisms, or anything that they've said, until the third day.
Okay. And that would be when we're approaching the X.
The X, yes.
Okay.
When the third day rolls around, you do notice that one of the dwarves in the group never really, he's been quiet the whole time, but not like suspiciously quiet. Hasn't really like had a lot of interactions with anybody, hasn't made any real attempt to get to know anyone, if that makes sense. Kind of just kept to themselves for the most part.
Okay.
And you would know them as Blister White Feathers is the name that they go by. And that morning, just starting off, something about the way the day starts. It's a nice day. The sun is out, everything is going well. But that morning, before anything could really get going, Norvala comes up to you with something that she had found earlier that morning. When reloading some of the supplies into the carts, she found, Norvala, you would have found a note in some of White Feather's things that is more than suspicious. The note reads, stay close, stay within, feed information when you can. SC.
Okay.
On top of receiving this, you notice that they're even more distant that day than typically. Typically, they keep to themselves, but they're more than willing to lend a hand. They're always there to help when things need helped with. They will talk to people. They just don't make an attempt to.
Mm-hmm.
But this morning, they haven't even really been helping load things. And you notice them keeping like extra items to themselves off the cart.
Okay. Should we?
Doth thou share this information with the rest of the
I'm gonna try and sneakily keep an eye on him if maybe Norvala wants to let Callum and Tyne know.
Yeah, I'll inform them and also do my best to keep an eye out, see if there's anyone else he comes in contact with within the caravan.
Okay.
It seems out of character.
And then since it's the third day and we're getting really close to that, X, I'm going to still cast my enhance ability.
Mm-hmm.
But I also want to cast telepathic bond on Tyne, Callum, Um,
Well, you don't have to cast it on
Cygric-
yourself.
well, not on myself, and then Norvala. So those,
All three of
because I can
them?
do up to 8 willing creatures, but I'm going to cast it on just all 3 of them so that the 4 of us can keep in contact. You know, if Cygric sees anything while scouting, something
Okay.
happens at the back, that kind of thing as well.
The moment, well, not the moment, but shortly after Norvala tells Hylem about what's his name, Whitefeather?
Blister.
Blast Feather? Is it White Blister Feather? Okay.
No, Blister White Feather.
Blister Whitefeather. Okay.
Yep.
Hylem is going to go talk to him.
Okay. Well, we will pick up with that conversation when we come back from break.
Oh, good, because I have to go to the bathroom.
So we'll be back here in like 5-10 minutes. Again, guys, we may be wrapping up a little bit early tonight. Just something to keep in mind. But we're gonna go get drinks, run to the restroom. Everybody go get drinks. Make sure you guys stay hydrated, take care of yourselves, and we'll be back here in like 5-10 minutes. Hey guys, hopefully you're enjoying the episode so far. I know we had a lot of fun making it. If you guys want to catch a little bit more of me, you want to check out my other content, you can find me at twitch.tv/bearwithus. And if you guys want to get in on this live, if you want to watch the story unfold live, you can do that every Monday night, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time on the Tales from Hylem Twitch channel. So hopefully we'll see you there. Guys, it's finally here. We've got the Tales from Hylem merch store. Go to talesfromhylem.com. Guys, we got beanies, we got snapbacks, we got notebooks, we got joggers, water bottles. Go check it out. We got sheets of stickers. So go get yourselves a little bit of Tales from Hylem merch. Show, represent a little bit, and it really helps us out. So yeah, talesfromhylem.com is finally here. Go give it a peek, and thank you for all your guys' support. You guys are amazing. Enjoy the rest of the show.
Popsicle stand.
Then we can leave.
No.
Welcome back, everyone. How's everybody doing? We're back from break. Hopefully everybody had time to get some water, all that good stuff. Stay hydrated.
Bro.
All right.
You got coffee.
Yeah, same difference, right? Okay. So, Callum.
Yeah.
You were going to talk to Blister Whitefeather.
Yeah.
They are
Are
currently like
we still loading stuff onto the wagon?
kind of like everyone's still getting their stuff ready to go. Blister is currently back over by like where his tent was put up and is like putting some stuff in his backpack.
Oi, Whitefeather, you need any help packing anything?
Nope. I'm good. All good here.
Are you sure? Because yesterday I'm pretty sure that you needed some help with your tent.
Nope. The big stuff's already it's already on the wagon for the day. Is anybody else looking for some help? I'm just finishing up here and I'm good to go.
I believe there was some food left for the animals that we needed to be packed too. You want to help me load that on?
Sure. Yeah. Just give me a few minutes here and I'll meet you over there.
Alrighty.
Good talk.
Then you head over to the animals, or?
Yeah, we're putting the food onto the wagons.
All right.
Or something. I don't know.
5-10 minutes go by, and eventually, Blister kind of makes his way over. Hey, so what are we doing? Just
For a moment, I thought you weren't going to show up.
I said I just needed to take care of some things. I got it all packed up now. So we're just
Alrighty.
putting the food on the wagons, or
Yep. Absolutely.
all right. Picks up a bag
I'm
of-
gonna join them. I'm gonna join them with helping load.
Okay.
Food.
He grabs a bag of food, tosses it up on his shoulder, and heads over to the wagon.
Calum's kind of gonna give Nordvala a look, but like not say anything, and then grab a bag and catch up with Whitefeather real fast, and like kind of lean in a little bit to like whisper to him. So, what made you come along to this trip here?
Oh, you know, the usual was bored back at home, so I just this was going on, and I figured it was a good adventure. Get my name on a stone somewhere, you know.
Calum's gonna kind of like slap his back a little bit and be like, "What? What's with all this stuff? It's not freezing out here yet."
Oh, sorry, it just happens sometimes.
I understand. Yeah, that I was younger. So technically still young, just not as young.
Right. Was there more food?
I believe there were 2 more bags unless Norvala got all of them.
You got the last one then, or you want me to grab it?
You can grab it. Build some more muscle for you. I kind of slap his shoulder this time.
All right.
Slowly trying to deal damage with like unarmed attacks by slapping him on the shoulder.
No.
Slowly makes his way back over and grabs the last bag of feed. Puts it up on the wagon.
The scouting crew's already left, right?
I don't think so today.
No, I don't think we have yet. I think you had said this happened at like the start of the day, so it was probably
Yep.
like right before we left.
Callum's gonna catch Axel before he leaves.
Okay.
He's gonna kind of jog up to Axel.
What do you want
So-
this early in the morning?
Sorry to bother you, but I had some questions for you about some of the party members. Figured you might know a little bit.
Depends on who you're asking about and where they're from.
This cigarette guy. He's where's he from? Do you know?
I don't think I do.
You know anything about the Blister Whitefeather? He's here on this trip with us.
Never heard the name before.
If you had to guess what keep you think he's from?
What's he look like?
I don't know. What does he look like?
A little bit
I don't know.
little bit shorter than you. Actually, than you, a lot shorter. Kind of clean shaven head, beard kind of down to the like the bottom of his like collarbone area. No really distinguishing marks about him.
Looks like a lawmaker, definitely not Lord Thatcher. Clean shaven head, nicely trimmed beard. Short, very short.
What are you asking me about him for?
Seems to keep to himself mostly. Figured I'd try to make some friends. Since all I got is you big lug. Kinda smack his shoulder.
Not this early in the fucking morning. I gotta go on scout duty.
Alright, good luck. Stay safe out there. And
Yeah.
hit some orcs for me if you see any.
Yeah. Makes his way out of the tent.
While we're loading the last of the bags, I'm gonna ask him where he's from.
I from the Boulderhound Keep. Why?
Oh, I'm just trying to figure out where everyone's from, just to see who all decided to show up. It's nice to see that it's not just the rougher groups coming here.
Well,
Nice to see that there are some.
I suppose once we're out here, it doesn't really matter anymore where we're from, right?
Perhaps.
Kind of got our own crew now.
And are you part of that crew?
Kind of looks around. I think so.
That's good. Because being part of a own crew could be detrimental to your health potentially.
I'm sorry?
Subtlety.
Oh, I'm
Okay.
just saying maybe you should try to make some friends.
Friends.
Oh,
And I'm just gonna walk away.
all right.
I feel like that was subtle, but like so not subtle at the same
It was subtle yet not at the same time.
It was a confusing subtle.
You gotta keep him off balance. Was that a threat? Was that not? I don't know.
All right. Well, what's everybody up to now? As the wagons are now prepared to move, everything seems set for the day.
So I think the scouting party will head out since we know we're getting close to that area.
Okay.
I'll climb on up into my wagon and prepare to ride. Everybody got that I cast telepathic.
Yep.
Yep.
I was just about to double check and make sure we still did that.
How long
Yep.
does that last?
I think an hour.
You know, telepathic bond.
I think it's the same time as enhance ability.
Probably. Oh yeah, duration 1 hour. There it is.
All right.
Now, is this one where we just think what we want to say and it goes to them?
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
you
Okay.
telepathic links among up to
But it's
8
not
villains.
like every thought you have goes to them.
Yeah,
It's just.
No, just the ones you
basically,
want.
Yeah,
Yeah.
when we, yeah.
Yeah, like if you want to communicate telepathically, you can.
Okay. So I'm going to talk to Tyne and just maybe try to make friends with him. Do like a good cop, bad cop kind of thing.
Oh, you're telling me to make friends with
Yeah.
Blister?
Alright, I went from third person to first. Yes.
I was like, you talk to
Now I
Ty.
can. I'm talking
Okay,
to Tyne.
the same
Tyne,
page.
maybe perhaps try to make friends with him. I mean, she's
Is
the
he
least
anywhere near me?
intimidating character.
Already in my way.
What's that? Sorry, Rachel, you're kind of cutting out a little
Oh,
bit.
sorry. Is he anywhere near me?
I mean, yeah,
Like,
you
you're
guys
already
are on
in
a
my way.
caravan together, so
I might just go like, hey, White Feather, climb on up. You've been walking for a couple days and you haven't taken a seat in my wagon yet. Come give an old lady some company.
Come run, come rub Grandma's
it's
horn.
it's really it's all right. I prefer walking.
Are you sure, dearie? It's been a lot of traveling, and I'm sure you could use the rest.
Oh no, not yet. I get enough rest at night.
I suppose. Is Pawan standing nearby? We'll say.
Yeah,
I was like, all right, well, Pawan, why don't you hop up here then? Just like try and play it off like, I was just looking for somebody to sit with me, kind of thing.
sure. Hops up. You know I can walk, right? Like someone else can have the seat. I'll be all right.
I am aware that you can walk, but sometimes an old grandmother just looks for, a familiar visitor.
All right. Sorry.
Are you saying you don't want to sit with me?
No, it's not that.
Do I tax you with my presence?
He just like
At
looks away
this
from
point in
you and
time,
just goes
Callum kind of
quiet.
at this point in time, Callum kind of jogs up to Tyne, the wagon, and like kind of flags, like waves at her, like, Tyne, is there any chance we could talk privately?
Sure. Hey, Pawan, you wanted to walk so badly. Now's your chance. We'll see you later, dear.
He hops down off the wagon.
Callum hops on.
What can I help you with, darling?
Well, I have some questions about some people. Mainly, our leader, he kind of uses quotes like, Segre,
Segric?
do you know anything about him?
DM, do I know anything about him?
He was put in charge of the expedition, not exactly by, definitely not by asking for it, not exactly by will either.
Sure, I mean, I can give you guys some information if you want, but
but I mean, other than that, you met him.
Whatever.
You met him
You
at the
have not?
beginning of the journey when you guys killed some Emberhulks together, and
Yes.
so.
All I can really tell you, dear, is that I think he'll be good at leading, but he needs a little time to get comfortable in the role.
Hmm.
Why the sudden interest? You haven't seemed to have a problem with working with him before.
Well, I don't want to jump to conclusions or anything. Just thinking is all.
I see.
Which is
Who else
not a
are you
good thing for
curious
me.
about, dearie?
I don't like thinking.
Who else were you curious about, darling?
It's Sorry, give me a second to get back into the accent. I'd assume what Vala had told you about the White Feather?
Yes.
Found anything about it yet?
Well, I invited him to sit with me, and he declined, so no.
It doesn't really seem like the straighter type to me. More shy and not as boisterous as some of us are here.
He's shyer. That doesn't mean anything, though. Oh, that reminds me. I used to know this boy, and he was such a shy little thing. I'm sorry, where was I going with that story? Oh, yes. And he became one of the greatest leaders of the Boulder Helm Keep, so you can never judge anybody.
Alan kind of like gives her this like raised eyebrow look, like, and kind of stutters over his words. Well, I wasn't trying to say that anyone was guilty or not guilty. It was just stating fact.
I think that when you've been around as long as me, you'll realize that just about anyone can be anything despite what their appearances make them seem to be.
Oh, goodness.
Words
Dang,
of
that's really good
wisdom.
advice.
Yeah. Way to
Get
go,
real.
Grandma.
Just Callum up.
Any other questions for me, darling?
What made you want to come on the journey?
I'm old.
That's a good reason.
I couldn't tell.
Really? I mean, I've been really working with my skin, but
Make a deception check.
do I make a check against that?
Yeah, make an insight check. If you care to.
I mean, I don't really care to. I mean, I'm pretty sure.
We'll just use your passive then. So 10 plus your insight modifier.
Oh, that's an 18, so.
Oh, well, that's your DC.
I mean, unless we're gonna go with my roll, which was only a 10, so you can make that call.
Well, either way, you're not fooled. You got an 8.
I appreciate you trying, dear.
I appreciate it.
No, my family used to run one of the best clinics in the land. My great aunt founded the Runeshaper clan. I was born of the line of her sister. But with the plagues and all such things, people started turning other places for medicine and healing. And so there's really no use for me anymore, and, well, it'd be nice to see home. My great great grandmother painted such beautiful pictures of it that I decided, I must go along. Plus, there's that one over there, and I just didn't trust him not to get in any trouble along the way.
Well, okay then. It's
Why'd
a
you decide to come along?
pretty good reason to go.
Well, when you have nothing left to live in one place, you might as well move to the next.
Did you ask why Callum decided to come?
Yes.
Oh, okay. It's a long story.
Well, darling, nice thing about sitting in this wagon with me is that we're not going anywhere very fast and we have plenty of time. But if you'd rather not share, I understand.
Let's just say I was born for this.
Well, you do come from a mighty affluent family.
Wait, how do you know that? I'm pretty sure I haven't shared that, other than the fact that I know Axel.
You know your cousins. So
Your cousins.
Oh, everybody knows we're cousins? That makes sense. Ugh.
Wait, how do you know that? You just told me.
I
One of the classic blunder.
That was supposed to be a secret. Well, anything else you'd like to discuss while you're up here?
What can you tell me about Norvala? I turned to the wrong accent again.
It's all good.
That's okay, I keep adopting your accent.
The key is to just not acknowledge it. Just don't bring attention to it, and chances are no one else is gonna notice.
I mean, personally, I've really not noticed. I just find myself adopting whatever accent, like whoever I'm talking to, I suddenly become Western or Scottish or.
Yeah, I heard that with you, Cedric, earlier.
Well now.
Well now.
I just adopt the tone of whoever I'm talking to.
Whenever I need to get back to an accent, I just have like certain phrases I say.
Mm-hmm.
So like for like Cedric, I always go, oh wait, what is it? Like oh no, I can't remember my Cedric one, but I know like when I do an Irish accent, I say patio furniture.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Anytime I do like the Louisiana like Cajun accent that you kind of have going on, it's always well now.
Well now.
That's always what it is. I have one for an Australian accent too, but I can't remember what it is right now.
Dingo gone and ate my baby.
The best phrase I have for my Scottish accent is I literally say Scottish. I say a sentence with Scottish in it, and that's kind of how I get into it.
There you go.
I've got a Scottish accent. That's kind of how I do it, except my hand was in front of my mouth, so.
It's all good. Anyway.
Sorry for that tangent.
She's a shy little thing. I'm honestly kind of amazed that she associates with us as much as she does. She seems pretty withdrawn. She comes from a fairly affluent family. I saw them all sitting together. But other than that, I can't tell you much more about her.
But questions I have to ask her myself.
Well, darling, you seem to be plenty capable of handling a conversation.
I'd rather handle a conversation about someone else with someone else than that person.
You could always ask Basil or that other girl whose name escapes me at the moment. They seem to always be around her. And Basil, such a good rockball player. You should ask him about it.
Which one's Basil?
The cook, darling, the cook. You really should pay more attention to
his name is Basil.
No, that's the spice.
That was supposed to be Callum saying I thought his name was Basil, but totally dropped the accent there. I'm eating snacks, sorry.
I thought you were genuinely
No,
confused.
Basil,
No.
darling, Basil. I really do worry about
When
this next
someone
generation.
call him Basil earlier?
I'm fairly sure it's Basil. Basil, they spell the same. You just cook with one and talk to the other.
Suppose I can try that.
Anything else?
Got any gory, bloody stories?
Oh, darling. We could sit here all day and I could tell you some very gory and bloody stories. Ah, I was at the siege of the Empire. The first one. It didn't turn out too well for us. Unfortunately, that one's bloody and gory, and we didn't win, so lots of fighting.
Even as
I was there mostly as a healer, however, so I didn't do anything amazing. I've actually done more amazing things in the last couple weeks than I did my entire life. Isn't that amazing?
quite interesting, that's for sure.
Yes, well, kind of nice to get out of what society expects you to do and behave. Maybe I might have made a good warrior. We'll never know.
Based upon how I've seen you fight lately, I'd say you would have. And you still do.
Well, maybe you can teach an old dog new tricks.
I'd say anything could learn a new trick as long as you train it hard enough.
I
You
suppose you're
don't
right.
give up.
Do you think we'll have any problems later?
Nah, not with Axel and I aboard.
You two seem to be fairly close.
Grew up together, trained together, ate and talked together. A lot of together.
Yes, that makes sense. Well, I might try that white feather guy again later. See if he'll hop in with me. Anything else suspicious that you've noticed?
I haven't really noticed anything suspicious, just supposing wanting to get my facts straight.
It's always good to make sure you understand the truth. Any other questions for me, dear? I'm starting to feel a little tired, and if we're going to face some orcs today, I might want to get some rest.
Not really a question, more of a statement. I don't think White Feather's anything bad. I think he's just lonely.
You believe that, dear. You believe that.
I will. I believe that is the end of the conversation between Tyne and Callum.
Yup.
As the conversation comes to a close, you can kind of hop down, take your place, kind of guarding the back, keeping an eye out that you've been doing for throughout this trip. Is there anything anyone else would like to do for this day?
I just want to keep a close eye on White Feather,
Okay.
but also keep my distance at the same time. I don't want to scare him too much.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a perception check. Just trying to keep an eye. And then give me a performance check to kind of blend in, make it not very obvious that you're trying to keep eyes on him.
Okay, performance check.
Yeah, performance and perception.
Okay, my perception was 10. And my performance is 17.
17. Okay. Yeah, you managed to
Yep.
kind of, you lose him a few times throughout the day, but again, you're in a caravan, so it's not too difficult to, the main thing is it's not like he slips away or anything. Stays with the group for the whole time.
Okay.
And it doesn't seem like he notices you at all. Seem to do a pretty good job of blending in, as it's something that you're very good at doing.
Because yeah, again, I'm just trying to see if he talks to anybody else.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you don't notice anything suspicious.
Or even if he's like talking to himself, like he would be sending information kind of thing.
Gotcha. Yeah. No? Anyone else? All right. The
And then we're gonna go
day's
scout and
all right. The day starts to come to a close. Everyone, the wagons are stopped. The scouting party returns. Because haven't seen any. And I lowered the DC for like stuff because of the advantage. It's not quite the same as advantage, but a little bit expedites the process a little bit rather than trying to roll all the time. But you guys have returned back as nightfall is approaching quickly, and the camp begins getting set up for the night. Basil goes about preparing a supper for everyone with the provisions that you guys have. What's everyone else doing?
I'd like to set up my tent kind of near him. White Feather.
Okay.
I was like, I'm gonna keep an eye out for. Like, I trust that the others are keeping an eye on White Feather. I'm gonna keep looking around and watching out for other suspicious activity.
Okay, gotcha.
I think I would like to cast Detect Thoughts on White Feather.
Okay.
So for the duration, you can read the thoughts of certain creatures. When you cast the spell, and as your action on each turn until the spell ends, you can focus your mind on any one creature that you can see within 30 feet of you. You initially learn the surface thoughts of the creature, but you can choose to shift deeper and try and get more. So I have surface thoughts right now, I guess.
Surface thoughts are like so much walking and set up the tent every night. It's a little frustrating. Oh well, I guess it has to be done.
Okay, I'd like to try and probe a little deeper.
Okay.
You will need to make a wisdom save.
Okay. That is a dirty 20.
Ooh, I think he's gonna make it then. Because it's just my, spell save DC?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, it's a 16. Okay. So, if they succeed, the spell ends. And he will know that I was, trying to pry into his mind.
Okay.
So, it was a risk.
Kind of stops. Looks around. Kind of stirs the little fire he has going next to his tent.
Okay.
Guys,
Oh, wait.
keeping an eye on him. Kind of, Sorry, what's up?
Oh, never mind.
Okay.
There was something else with the spell. I was just double checking it, but we're good.
Keeping your guys' eyes on him as he kind of goes about his business. Eventually kind of just throws some dirt on the fire, and about the time everybody else is kind of sitting down to eat, he looks to be turning in for the night. Just heads into his tent.
Hylem will have also set his tent up close to White Feathers,
Okay.
kind of on the other side of him from Norvala.
All right.
And the moment he sees White Feather turn in, he's gonna go to his tent and cast Clairvoyance
Okay.
on the other side of his tent flap. On the other side of it says on the other side of White Feather's tent flap. You create an invisible sensor within range in a familiar location or in an obvious location that is unfamiliar to you, such as behind a door, around a corner, or in a grove of trees. The sensor remains in place for the duration, and it can't be attacked otherwise interacted with. When you cast the spell, you choose seeing or hearing. You can use the chosen sense through the sensor as if you were in its space. As your action, you can switch between seeing and hearing, and it lasts for 10 minutes.
Yes, and it also takes you 10 minutes to cast.
Okay.
So you begin casting your clairvoyant spell. And are you setting this up for seeing or hearing?
I'm going to do seeing.
Okay. As you finish this ritual spell and your clairvoyance takes effect in front of so it'd be right on the inside of his tent, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So as your clairvoyance takes place right on the inside of his tent, you immediately notice that the tent is empty.
Well, that breaks my concentration. And I'm gonna immediately go find Cedric.
There you go.
Really hard to say. I'm sorry.
All right.
Okay.
As
Like
Callum
Cedric.
Callum leaves from his tent to go find Cedric, that's where we're gonna wrap up tonight.
All right. Woo.
Woo.
Yeah.
Okay, so we came out of break, and I was really concerned about Callum's conversation, but then Narvala came in there, and I was like, man, I was more worried about that.
Yeah, no, I I had no idea what to expect from either conversation, but it'll be interesting to see
Has your moments.
how this plays out. We'll,
I'll be honest. I didn't think any of the spells that I could cast once a day would come in handy at all until I started reading them again. I glanced over them again and went, oh, hey,
Yeah.
Clairvoyance is actually a pretty good one.
double checking is always important. But,
Yup. I'm constantly like Googling my spells, man.
Oh yeah, always.
But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and wrap up there for the night. Guys, stick around for the raid. Again, sorry we're cutting it a little short tonight, but just the way it's gonna be tonight. So we should be back next week, same time, same place. So hopefully we'll see you all then. But that's gonna conclude this episode of Crackleback Bound.